Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Holly, or Sewing in Scottish, and I am here today with another Sew Hayley Jane subscription box unboxing. Very happy to see this turn up on the door this morning. I hope you're all really well. Thank you for watching my videos, thank you for subscribing and for commenting. It is much appreciated. What have I been up to? I've actually been doing a little bit of sewing, and I'm in quite a unique position this month because, and I'll pop up some pictures here, I've actually used the fabric from last month's box before this one even arrived. That's a first for me, and it wasn't even like, oh, I've just finished. I had this dress made, I think, within a week of getting my box, which is great. That's the kind of inspiration and motivation that you want, I think. I made the paper cut patterns order dress, which is a v-neck wrap dress that, you know, ties round, quite a straight cut of the skirt, lovely puffy sleeve, V in the back, and love it. The fabric is the Lady McElroy Peterhead flannel that we got in last month's luxury box, and yeah, I've heard quite a lot of people speaking about, you know, pyjamas, and Hayley's made a shacket, which is a good idea. And I can't wait to see the finished one. I just felt really quite inspired by how drapey it was, and I wanted to do something a wee bit different. I mentioned in my unboxing last month, if you've not watched it, have a wee look, where that I was going off to a meetup in Edinburgh to meet some other sewists, and I was quite nervous, but actually ended up having a really good time, obviously. As anyone who's ever gone to these things know, then yeah, you do end up having a good time. A lot of people there were in the same boat, they didn't know anyone, and of course by the end, you know, you follow 20 new people on Instagram, and you have, yeah, some new sewing pals, which is nice. What I didn't anticipate was just how inspired I'd leave. And I think I had a shopping list as long as my arm of patterns that I wanted to try, and yeah, the paper cut patterns order dress was just one of those ones that I was like, nope. After seeing it on someone in person, I was like, I need to make this dress. It's gorgeous. And it is. I only just fit into this size range, and it's only because, you know, last month I don't think I would have fitted into the size range, so I'd avoided it because of that. And it doesn't fit great. It's quite baggy around here, and it needs a full bust adjustment, which, because it's quite baggy around here, it pulls a bit. But other than that, I think it needs a few tweaks, but I would definitely make another one, and I'm really happy with the one that I've made. I'm a Scottish person. I think everyone should probably have a tartan dress that you can whip out on Burns night, or if you've ever got a Cayley, maybe even New Year's Eve, just when you need to be a wee bit extra Scottish. So yeah, really happy, and I would love to make another one, and was very happy that I had used my box so quickly, and it's kind of made me set this resolution of going forward and trying to use my box as quickly as I can, because yeah, why not? I'm on a fabric no buy and don't have a lot of inspiration coming in from anywhere else, because, you know, it's not just fabric, it's patterns, and I'm making do with what I've got stash wise. So my little box coming in and giving me a wee kick up the bum every month, yeah, I think that's going to be the way going forward for me. It's actually my 1 year anniversary of getting the Sew Hayley Jane box, because it's my 1 year anniversary of coming back to Scotland, and yeah, a whole year. That's gone fast. I would like to sit down at some point and think about how many fabrics I've used, and it's probably I have used probably maybe about half. I'd gotten to the point in the summer where I realised that actually I'd used one fabric and I had maybe 6 sitting in a stash. Oh, probably not 6, 5 or yeah, about 5 that I hadn't touched, and that wasn't a great position to be in. So then found myself sort of like, I'll just make everything. And yeah, I don't need to build up my stash. I'm not getting this box to build up my stash. But yeah, I think for the fabrics that I haven't used, I think that I've got in the last 6 months anyway, the fabrics that I haven't used all have plans. I've got big ideas for all of them. It's just a case of getting around to it because time is not my friend. But yeah, was really happy with the way that last month's box kind of panned out for me, and having that done and having something to show you from not that long ago. So yes, my 1 year anniversary, Hayley sent out a little card, a little thank you card, just saying thanks for being a subscriber. And I also got some labels. Hang on. A little packet of labels that just say to me, love me, with a wee gift on, which is good. I am going to get into my box because I've gotten 7 minutes in. Waffle. This box smells. It smells nice. But I kind of, as soon as the postman handed it over to me this morning, I was like, is that you? And then I found the card and was like, is this the card? But no, I think it's the box that smells. Yeah, not offensive, very pleasant. Very excited to see what we've got. Obviously we're into March. It is my birthday box, but it's not going to be a birthday themed box. What else goes on in March? Spring. Snow, if you live in the UK. What's that about? We've been alright with the weather, but I know other people have had it a bit heavier. We've had sunshine, which is great. I don't care how cold it is outside. All I need is sunshine. Oh, okay. So this is our cover for the month. Theme is fresh. Is this one of the months where Hayley's been inspired by a word, I guess? Let me see what we've got. All 3 boxes have a stunning viscose crepe, a gorgeous quality lightweight fabric that drapes beautifully and is the perfect fabric to wear as we move into spring. The luxury fabric has a bright... spoil it for yourself. 3.5 metres of viscose crepe. So, aha! I have found the culprit. Eucalyptus, lemon and mint, the Clovelly Soap Company, handmade in Devon. Eucalyptus, lemon and mint. Oh, that is nice. So yeah, little soap. I'm sorry, I'm just going to sit here and sniff. This is the trouble with March, is hay fever starts to come in. So now I'm handy for relieving congestion. Beautiful. That's a lovely gift. We've got fat quarters this month. These are nice. So they're all this kind of blue colourway. We've got a lighter blue. What are these? These almost look like twigs, trees. The blue, white and navy. What are they? They look a bit like mushrooms. Circles. This one's lovely too. That light blue with leaves. I really like these. Bigger leaves, sort of a palm leaves with a darker background. That is also really nice. And because I've got the luxury box, I've got 5, and these gorgeous stripes. Ooh, I'm curious to see what Tamlin's done in the book. Something like a bag, something patchworky maybe. Sweets. What have we got? I love these. Swizzles, Fizzers. Great, 2 packets. That's awesome. They will get scoffed. What have we got? It appears to be some kind of pencil. Is it chalk? I'm guessing this is dressmaking pencil in blue. Good. Can never have too many. And our pattern this month. Nice. I've seen this. I have eyeballed it before. It is the Atelier Jupe Dory Blouse. Yeah, I really like this one. It almost reminds me of the Fibre Mood normal blouse, but without the button up. So that is your line drawings. It has that kind of similar style sleeve that's gathered into a wee cuff and a V-neck. Yeah, I was actually looking at this on the Atelier Jupe website quite recently. Our size range goes, I think, from a 34 to a 50, which I think is probably maybe okay. I have made Atelier Jupe blouses before and they're fine. They fit okay, but this, yeah, the size range isn't the best, but it's not the most fitted blouse in the world anyway, so I think that is workable. Yeah, it does remind me of the Fibre Mood Norma, but I love the Fibre Mood Norma, so that's not a hardship. I'm keen to make this up. Put it there. Oh. So, thread this month, I have light blue. Oops. And our fabric is this Viscoscript. Let me see. Wow. So it's this kind of tie-dye watercolour effect that's got pinks and blues and some lilacs. Wow. That's pretty wild, isn't it? Super drapey. What could you make with this? I also, another pattern that I picked up after going to the meetup last month was the Closet Core Patterns LED wrap dress. So something like this in that. Because of the drape would just look very nice, I think. That is my first instinct, something wrappy and floaty. I don't know about the colours on me. Hang on. Yeah, maybe. It's not the sort of colours that I would typically go for. Pale blue. I don't know if I have anything that's pale blue. But change is as good as a rest. And I always like pink and I always like lilac, so yeah. Curious to see how this looks made up and finished. Who's got this fabric this week and what they've made with it. So let's check the booklet and see what's going on. Oh, we've got 3 colourways, I think, in the classic and the mini box. I am very curious to see what those look like. We've got an interview with Atelier Jupe, Picture and Eva. They do have lovely fabrics, don't they, Atelier Jupe? I've got one sitting behind me that I need to make into a skirt. I think that's my plan for that one. It's this one. Possibly a skirt. It's been in my stash since I think about a year now, so working on that. Make of the month is Ruth, who used last month's poplin to make at the top from the Friday Pattern Company Saturday set, which I believe is a wrap over blouse. Is that right? That looks really cute, especially with a wee polo neck underneath it. How to with slippery fabric. Aha! So this is one of Hayley's tip sections that she sometimes pops in that are really useful. Just with some tips about how to use viscose crepe, because it can be a bit of a bum. We had a crepe in a Lady McElroy crepe in one of the boxes in the summer, and I struggled. I had, you know, rulers and rotary cutters, and it was a struggle to get some straight lines, and it was only, you don't realise how bad it is until you take the paper off and you're like, what on earth? So I'm going to give this a good read later. 3 boxes to make. So Esther has the one that I just got, and she has made, wait, what has she made? Oh, so she started it off with a Sew Over It Giselle dress, which I would never have thought of in that fabric, but she's made some modifications. So she's given it a sleeve. Can you see this? How awesome is that? That is gorgeous. Oh, this is nice. Gemma's made a Marnie blouse with, I'm guessing this is the whiter colourway, and oh, Laura's had the lilac one, and she's made an experimental space lily top with a 1 metre and done a ruffle detail. Can you see that ruffle detail? That's cute. Fat Quarter project. Tamlin's made a peg bag. That's a good project. Useless for me though, because when we moved in here there was a whirligig in the back garden, and Simon looked at it and went, that's horrible, and ripped it out. It's like, I'm sorry my love, but we live in Scotland. You need to dry your washing outside. And now we have nothing to dry our washing outside on. So no need for pegs or peg bags. But I like the contrast of the fabrics. I think that's gonna, I think it would make quite a cute bag. Some lovely makes. Oh, hang on, what is that? An Apex pouch by Incomplete Stitches with the bee fat quarters. That's awesome. Paula has made a Marnie blouse. How nice is that? That was with the double gauze from 21. That looks really nice in double gauze actually, doesn't it? Some very cute dresses. Aha, this is Crystal from my social thread. She made the Bakerloo dress for her daughter in Lee's Taylor fabric that I made my Armadale dress from. Love that fabric, and it looks really nice in that. A profile with Becky, who's Notes from the Sewing. Is it Notes from the Sewer? Yeah, Becky is our subscriber profile. Pattern picks. What pattern picks have we got? Fibre Mood Sasha dress and top would look really nice in a viscose crepe, wouldn't it? Although that gathering detail would look beautiful. Tie blouse and top from the Maker's Atelier. Gathered wrap dress by Trend Patterns. Spotlight on Sew Me Sunshine. I love Sew Me Sunshine. Sew Me Sunshine, it's Sew Me Sunshine. Sew Me Sunshine is a really good fabric shop if you don't use them. I recommend you go and check out their website and also subscribe to their YouTube channel, because they have regular videos with different members of the team where they go through their fabrics and put them together with different patterns. And I have been inspired by those videos on more than one occasion. So that's nice. Oh, discount code. No, no buy. Hayley's current obsession is fried gnocchi. Mate, agree. Hard agree. I love fried gnocchi. Gnocchi in the air fryer with some Brussels sprouts also in the air fryer, and then a bit of parmesan, balsamic vinegar over the top. Seriously, air fryer gnocchi or fried gnocchi is just, it's a game changer. She's done a video as well over on YouTube about cotton poplin pattern picks, which will be an interesting watch. I haven't seen that one. And what Hayley's been reading and watching this month. And yeah, that is us. Let me think. So it's a water soluble marking pencil. Water soluble marking pencil. Awesome. So that is the box for the month. And that is my fabric. 3.5 meters of a viscose grip. I'm still thinking some kind of floaty wrap dress. I do have other floaty wrap dresses in my pattern stash as well, but I would really quite like to make the LED. I've been seeing some really nice versions pop up, and it looks beautiful in person, so that might be my plans. I have been actually doing a wee bit of sewing, which is nice. I got my assignment away last week and giving myself a few days to just relax, sit in front of my sewing machine. I am not struggling for inspiration at the minute. I'm struggling for time. I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to make, and I just don't have the time. But one sec. Come on then. Hello. She's been out. She's delighted with the sunshine today, I think. Yeah, there's lots of things that I've wanted to make. I just not had the time. We're in March and there are two really big and quite important Instagram challenges happening. One is Sew Yellow for Endo, which is Jessie's from So What If I Sew, her challenge raising awareness for endometriosis, which is obviously a really big issue. It is endometriosis month. I think it's a month this month. And I would like to take part in that. That's a pretty easy one for me actually, because I have next to no yellow fabric. Not my colour, don't buy it. I do have the Atelier Brunette fabric that came in a Sew Hayley Jane box a few months ago in that ochre mustard colourway, and apparently that's within the rules, so I would like to get that used up, and then that can be another one ticked off my box stash. Some kind of shirt dress. I am leaning towards the Lennox shirt dress by Cashmerette. I'll pop a pic in of that. Just think that would work really well with that fabric, and it's got quite a low v-neck, which is good because I don't want yellow fabric near my face, because that is also yellow. I've got a yellow toned skin, so we don't want yellow near here. What else? I have just cut out my fringe dress with the fabric that I got in my Beyond the Pink Door, the beautiful green viscose. And yeah, went with the chalk and notch fringe dress. I'm going to try and get that sewn up this weekend, because I would like to have that one done as well. And yeah, just would like a fringe dress. I have made it before, so it should be quite a quick sew. But I had to recut out the pattern because I actually need to make one 3 sizes smaller than the one I made in September. So yeah, I just reprinted it and started again from the beginning with that one. But it should still be a quick sew now that it's all cut out and stuck together and things. It was my mum's birthday last week, and I didn't really have time to make her anything sort of to wear, just because of the timing of my assignments. But there's a fabric that's been in my stash. It is the oldest fabric. It was the oldest fabric in my stash. I was just looking around to see if I have any up here, but I don't. That I bought way back in the summer of 2020 with the intention of making my mum a tote bag for her Christmas in 2020. That fabric has sat in that cupboard. Well, not that cupboard. It sat in Switzerland. It sat in a storage unit, and then it sat in that cupboard till where we are now, which is March 2023. And yeah, never got round to it. I've always been a bit wary of bag making because it looks complicated. I'm fine as long as things are kind of two-dimensional, but when you start boxing off corners and making things 3D and linings, then it starts to get a bit confusing. But decided on the spur of the moment that I was just going to do it. It's not entirely spur of the moment. Obviously, after 3 years of planning, I had all the stuff in, which was good. It meant I could just go for it. And yeah, I made my mum a bag. I used the Pepin Tote pattern by Noodlehead Patterns, which is a good, really straightforward tote bag pattern, but with details. It has a lining, it has inside pockets, a recess zip. It's lovely pattern, and I was very pleased with how it turned out. And I think I would like to make myself one now. I can't insert pics because I didn't take any. If I do, I might message my mum and say, can you take a picture of that bag? And hope she's in the house, and yeah, maybe she will. And if she does, I'll put it in here. But yeah, I did not take any pictures, and I can't. How stupid is that? But it's a great pattern. They have a really good sew along on their channel that made things very easy. And was delighted with the result, actually. And yeah, I think my mum was quite impressed. Simon was impressed. He's like, you made that? It's like, ooh. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Gonna go off and have an afternoon of sewing once I've sat and edited this video, which is basically just me waffling on for half an hour. If you made it to the end, congratulations. I haven't even shown you what I'm wearing. So this blouse is in a lovely Fabric Godmother viscose twill. It is the How to Do Fashion Hamburg blouse. They contacted me longer than a couple of months ago, towards the end of last year, asking if I would like to try one of their patterns, and I was like, yeah, of course I would. And yeah, this was the one that I chose. It's kind of got quite a deep cuff. Just that sort of classic fitted. There is shaping. It does have double darts. I feel like this is a really versatile blouse pattern that would look gorgeous and kind of a range of fabrics, and you could go really fancy with this one, I think, and just have an elegant blouse. I'm over the moon with it. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by how much I like it, and how wearable it feels. Like I finished it this week, and it's the second day I've had it on. The cuffs are really comfy. The only issue I had is that the sleeves are about 2 inches too long, and I was a little bit worried about how that would affect the overall look, because I didn't want to just hack 2 inches off the end because of the shaping in the sleeve. There's pleat details, and the seam is in a different place to usual. The seam runs down the back of your arm and not on the inside. So yeah, I was a bit concerned about that, but because of the cuff and the drape of the fabric, it's fine. But the next one, I'm definitely going to make another one. I was like, it's perfect. I have a few fabrics picked out that at least one or two more are going to appear in my wardrobe, and yeah, chuffed to bits. So yeah, that was another one ticked off my makes. I will try and get some pictures posted up on Instagram as well, and I will leave details of all the patterns that I've talked about in this video in the box down below if you're interested in checking them out further. Is that everything? Have I waffled about everything? Pretty much. I've probably forgotten something. I hope you all have a really great weekend. I hope you are not affected by snow and it's all melting away. And spring is with you soon. Take care, everybody.